Everybody had a hard year. What a time for the wicked, the hungry and the brave. Ain't no time left to pretend. The car is off.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to my podcast entitled Suboxone Out the Monster. This is episode 4. I'm your host, Don Horner, or Dr. Don. The purpose of the podcast is to get you to stop opioids and transition to Suboxone. Today, let's talk about how you can take Suboxone. My mother used to say, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and there's more than one way to take Suboxone or buprenorphine. Remember that Suboxone is buprenorphine with naloxone. There are pills, oral film strips, injections, patches that are applied to the skin. Now, I don't work for any company that manufactures or distributes Suboxone or buprenorphine, so the information is totally unbiased. I have no skin in the game. Now let's talk about combination products first that contain both buprenorphine and naloxone. Remember, it's buprenorphine, which is a partial opioid agonist and does the work. The naloxone, an opioid antagonist, is just there to prevent people from shooting it up or injecting it into their veins. Remember, if you inject naloxone into your veins, you'll go into what's called precipitated withdrawal and get sicker than hell. First, there's Suboxone, which is the most well-known combination drug. Suboxone represents about 60% of my buprenorphine prescriptions. Suboxone comes as either a pill or a film strip, but remember that neither of these can be swallowed. They have to be absorbed in the lining of the mouth or they don't work. Now, Suboxone films reportedly dissolve in about 30 seconds, and Suboxone pills take about 5 minutes to dissolve, according to my patients. Reliable sources tell me that they both taste like crap. Other options of combination pills include Zubzol, Z-U-B-S-O-L-V, which is a tablet, and Bunavail, B-U-N-A-V-A-I-L, which is an oral film. Do you ever wonder why these drug companies come up with these crazy-ass names? You see them on direct-consumer marketing on television. Names that I can't remember, yet alone spell. Now, standalone buprenorphine without naloxone include Belbuca, B-A-L-B-U-C-A, which is an oral film for round-the-clock treatment of chronic pain when other treatments fail. Butrans, which is a patch that you apply to the skin for, again, chronic pain only when other treatments have failed. Butrans is B-U-T-R-A-N-S. Butrans is not approved for opioid use disorder. Subutex, S-U-B-T-U-E-X, which is an oral sublingual tablet, is just plain buprenorphine for opioid use disorder and pain. Subutex represents about 40% of my buprenorphine prescription. Then there's Sublocade, which is heavily advertised on TV and magazines, is a long-acting injection by a medical provider once a month. Now, Sublocade is a good product, but we don't carry them in our office. And here's the reason. If you stock controlled substances in your office, at some point you will have a DEA agent or a cop from the Drug Enforcement Administration come in your office, flash their big shiny badges, and demand to inspect your facility. Who wants to deal with that? So the bottom line is buprenorphine is a great medication that saves lives and allows people to live healthy, happier, and longer lives. Again, just keep it in the road. In the next segment, I will introduce another guest who is my patient. I think you will find his story to be both interesting and meaningful. Thank you very much. Okay. And Tristan, can you hear me now? Let's see. I think I've lost you.
Yeah, I got you.
You got me? Okay.
Yes, sir. Got you.
There we go. I got you. Good. Tristan, good to talk to you.
Hey.
Tristan, this is a podcast, okay, and we're talking about opioids and Suboxone. The purpose of the podcast is to get people off of opioids and to help them transition to Suboxone for a better, healthier, and happier life. So you're my guest, and you've been my patient for quite a while.
Yeah.
How many
Going
years?
on
How many years you
3
think?
years,
How many
3 or
years?
4.
3 or 4? Okay, cool. Yeah, I remember when you had a little bit of trouble, and Tristan, you were on opioids at one point.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Now, when you started opioids, was it because of injury or surgery or because of recreation?
Well, that's a long time ago, but it was recreation when I started,
Recreation. Do you
and
remember what
then
you? I'm sorry.
you start at recreation, and that recreation becomes a habit.
And habit. What drug
Yeah.
did you start on?
The first thing I ever took was a hydrocodone.
Hydrocodone. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you get it from a doctor or did you get it on the street?
No, we was at a little get together one night, and you know, we was having a good time. My buddy said, "Here, try this. It'll make you feel real good." And that was the beginning of the end.
That was the beginning of the end. And then after hydrocodone, did you progress to other opioids?
Oh yeah, man, I took them all. Um, hydrocodone, Percocet. Uh, eventually it got the Roxy 30s.
Roxy 30.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to heroin?
No, sir.
Okay. So it was always an oral pill that you took?
Yes. Well, no, 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 no. I snort them too.
Okay, gotcha.
In the end, that's all I would do because I got hooked on cocaine real bad too.
Oh gosh,
So
I'm so
in the
sorry.
end, it was Oxy 30s and cocaine.
Okay. Now, Tristan, you work. You have a job, right?
Yes, sir.
You have your own business.
Yes.
What do you do?
I build boathouses and do remodeling and just general carpentry work.
Gosh, so you're one of those talented guys that people like me can never get a hold of, okay, because we're getting something done in our house. Is that right?
Yeah, if you lived up in a big city, yeah, it probably is hard to get a hold of somebody.
I understand. Now, you're married,
Yes, sir.
and how many kids do you have?
I have a 2 boys.
2 boys. Isn't that
Yes,
wonderful? Now,
yes,
Tristan, if I remember correctly, there was a time where you lost your family.
yes, I did.
Do you mind talking about that?
No, so that was pretty much I'd come to see you. I don't know. It hadn't been long, maybe 2 months. Um, things were getting bad, doctor, and I didn't know how to fix it. So I come to you and got on the Suboxone, and was able to get off the Roxys like that. But I still had the cocaine habit too, and you know all that mixing together just made me crazy. I was batshit crazy, and so my wife, you know, she kicked me out of the house. I was sleeping in the truck, and then she let me come back home. But eventually, I lost it one day, blew up on her, and she ended up filing a 50B on me. And
Hmm.
so I got sent to jail, and couldn't see her or the kids for I think it was 3 months. She had a
Restraining order?
yeah, restraining order on me.
Gotcha. Golly day. Well, I bet you that nearly killed you.
Yo, man, that was awful. I went to jail for a night, and nobody would answer my phone call. I done burned so many bridges. Um, but one of the best things I done was got on that Suboxone before I left. or before all that happened, I done had a month on it, and you know, you had told me when I come in, you know, Suboxone only. You have to take them random drug tests or whatever. 3 strikes, you're out. And I
Right.
knew I was still doing this other, and I just needed a wake up call. So that's what I got.
Well, thank God. Now,
Yep.
how's your life now, Tristan?
Oh man, it's amazing. It's. I tell you, when you get all that mess out of you, um, I want to say this publicly because I think a lot of people don't really understand. But whenever I take Suboxone, I do not get high. It does not give me a high like if I took a pain pill. All it does is take the urge away, and it
Right.
takes the pain away. The pain, the reason I ended up continuing to do the pain pills, and once it becomes a habit, then it gets to where you can't live without it. If you go without taking it, you are in the most god awful pain ever from the withdrawals. And the Suboxone, all it does is takes the craving and the pain away, and it makes your life normal again.
Right.
There's no more having to chase down a drug dealer. You ain't having to go to these shady places, man. Oh man, I got some horror stories. I spent half my life waiting on a drug dealer,
Jeez,
just
it was.
pissing time away. It's it's so there's so much shame and guilt I have, you know, that I'm trying to let go from them times. All that time I was doing what I shouldn't have been doing. But
Well,
you
that
know,
was no way to live, was it?
no, well, with the Suboxone, I get up, I go to work every day. I'm not chasing down a drug dealer. I'm not blowing all my money. I'm spending time with my family. You know how many fights I've been in with my wife the past 3 years?
None.
Maybe one. Come on, let's be
Maybe one.
realistic. Maybe one.
Well, we
But
all have an
you
occasional
go
fight
from
with
you
our,
go
our
from fighting
wives.
every
Okay.
day to one in 3 years. That's not bad.
That's not bad. Well, I'm sure she's a happy girl now, isn't she?
Oh, she's much happier than she was. I promise you that.
I tell you. Oh, good. And the kids, do they play sports?
Yes. Yeah,
Are
they
you a
play.
coach? Are you a coach?
Yeah, yeah. I coach them. I coach them in basketball and baseball.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Coach Tristan. Okay, that's wonderful.
yeah.
Now, Tristan, you're in rehab right now?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
Well,
But you're
not
you're
not in a rehab, but I am in a 12-step program.
12-step program, like Alcoholics Anonymous. Okay,
Yes.
so great. Okay, and how often do you go?
I go. I try to go at least twice a week. My the first year of recovery or whatever. I went about every day.
Hmm.
But now I'll probably go 2 to 3 times a week. Still.
And this is a group session that you have with other people.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you think it helps with your recovery?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cause
Absolutely.
you're
Okay.
with you're with like-minded people who have been in the same situation you've been in before, and
That's
they
that's
help keep you on the right track. And
well.
then plus, I get to help give back, you know, and help the next guy that's coming in that's got the same problem. So
Well, Tristan, this is what this podcast is all about. It's about you guys giving back, passing it forward to the next person so they can be in your situation now, as opposed to being strung out on opioids and scrounging for drugs. It's a better life, it's a longer life, it's a happier life, and it's a life that we would like to have for everybody who's addicted to opioids.
Oh,
Tristan,
I would recommend it 100 times over. I mean, no
that's
doubt about
wonderful.
no
That's
doubt about it.
wonderful. And Tristan, have I been a good doctor for you?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That's all
Been
I
a great
care.
doctor.
That's all I care about. Okay, taking care of you guys. And this project, okay, I ain't making a nickel, okay, but it has become my passion, okay, to spread the word about Suboxone and to help people to get off of opioids and onto Suboxone. Tristan, you're a very brave man. This has been very informative. I can't thank you enough, and we'll keep spreading the word and passing it down. Take care now, babe. But
Thank
by
you,
the way,
doctor.
don't hang up.
Everybody had a hard year.